Criminal and Civil Procedures Module. There are 9 lessons with their corresponding desired objectives to be achieved by participants within this module. At the end of these short lessons, participants should be familiar with the basic factual information applicable to criminal and civil procedures in the United States as well as the state of Ohio. Of course, we have to have a disclaimer, right? All the information provided in these short lessons is publicly available and provides a simplified view of criminal and civil procedures in the state of Ohio for participants to gain a basic understanding. Remember, procedures vary across jurisdictions, so it is important to always check the steps in the process in the jurisdiction you are working. This information is not intended to be construed as legal advice. Participants will also be able to identify key concepts along with their corresponding legal terminology and know how to use them appropriately. Participants will also be able to use the resources to complete the individual assignments and are encouraged to use the same to build personal glossaries by incorporating the legal terminology used in these lessons so they can interpret them correctly and use them appropriately into their working languages. Lesson 7. Civil Courts. Courts of Common Pleas, Municipal and County Courts, Courts of Claims, and Mayor's Courts in Ohio. The objective here is for participants to gain a basic understanding of the structure and work of the Courts of Common Pleas, Municipal and County Courts, Courts of Claims, and Mayor's Courts in Ohio, but will not include the Juvenile Division, which we just saw in Lesson 6. What is the general purpose of civil courts? Ideally, the civil justice system aims to settle disputes between individual parties, determine liability, and order some type of restitution or compensation if applicable. So how do civil courts work in Ohio? Again, remember the structure of the court system in Ohio provided back in Lesson 2? We are going to take a brief look at the functions of Court of Claims, the 3 other divisions within the Court of Common Pleas, Municipal and County Courts, and Mayor's Courts as they apply to civil matters. Please note, in Ohio, the Court of Claims is a statutorily created court, and it hears civil cases against the state of Ohio and its agencies. In the Court of Claims, typical cases involve contract disputes, medical malpractice, property damage, personal injury, immunity of state officers and employees, employment discrimination, wrongful imprisonment, and public record claims. The dollar amounts being sought are varied. For a comprehensive description of the many different kinds of civil cases heard by the Court of Claims, please visit the Supreme Court of Ohio on the Ohio Judicial System website. The Court of Common Pleas. In brief, the Court of Common Pleas in Ohio was established by Article 4 of the Ohio State Constitution. A Court of Common Pleas is available in every county, all 88 of them. It serves as a trial court, has a county-wide jurisdiction, and may be subdivided into 4 divisions. The General Division of the Court of Common Pleas hears civil cases typically involving such matters as tort, contract, and real property starting at $15,000 and going up. It also has some appellate jurisdiction over matters. For a comprehensive description of the different functions of the Court of Common Pleas, please visit the Supreme Court of Ohio and the Ohio Judicial System website. A Common Pleas Court Domestic Relations Division has jurisdiction over all proceedings involving divorce or dissolution of marriage, annulment, legal separation, spousal support, allocation of parental rights and responsibilities. Once again, for a comprehensive description of the many different kinds of civil cases heard by the Court of Common Pleas, please visit the Supreme Court of Ohio and the Ohio Judicial System website. A Common Pleas Court Probate Division has jurisdiction over all proceedings involving probate of wills, supervision of the estate administration, guardianships, issuance of marriage licenses, adoption proceedings, determination of mental competency, eminent domain, and a comprehensive description of the many different kinds of civil cases heard by the Court of Common Pleas Probate Division. Please visit the Supreme Court of Ohio and the Ohio Judicial System website. Please note, the Juvenile Division of the Court of Common Pleas was addressed in Lesson 6. Please refer back to that lesson for more detailed information. Municipal and county courts were established by the Ohio General Assembly. These courts can hold jury trials and have nearly identical jurisdiction for criminal matters. These courts have limited jurisdiction for civil matters wherein the dollar amount being sought does not exceed $15,000. Municipal and county courts will also have small claims court for matters seeking dollar amounts up to $6,000. For a comprehensive description of the many different kinds of civil cases heard by the municipal and county courts, please visit the Supreme Court of Ohio and the Ohio Judicial System website. Mayor's Courts. Two states, Louisiana and Ohio, have what is known as mayor's courts. Mayor's courts in Ohio are established by a municipal corporation with 200 inhabitants where there is no municipal court already in place. Mayor's courts do not hold jury trials. Mayor's courts have very limited jurisdiction, hearing mostly traffic offenses and violations of municipal ordinances. Lessons 8 and 9 will provide you with more detailed information regarding common civil cases heard by Ohio, as well as the civil case flow once these cases go to court. In Lesson 7, the key points to remember are the general purpose of civil courts, the jurisdiction of civil courts according to the Ohio judicial system structure, the services provided by civil courts according to the Ohio judicial system structure, individual activity. Complete the exercise, the Civil Courts in Ohio Mix and Match worksheet, and review the sample forms provided to practice the interpreting modes. End of Lesson 7.